Hello everyone, my name is Cole Denton and I'm here with Odell Denton, also known as Bunka Odie, and he has a story here to tell us, and so whenever you're ready, Bunka O.
This is sort of what we used to call in ministry off the cuff because it's not planned. Mm-hmm. You asked if I would talk and I just instantly thought of something to talk about. We've just had Memorial Day, and so many times we just go on a picnic or go visit relatives, but do we really think about what this Memorial Day is all about? And I'd like to tell you about one of your relatives. I saw him when I was about 4 years old. He was a favorite in our family. I have a picture here to show you. Mm-hmm. This is my uncle, Emory Barker. And as you can see, he's a paratrooper, mm-hmm. a young man. And he went to Gordon Lee High School and he played football. He was real popular. And so he's my uncle. He was your dad's great uncle, and he is your great uncle, Emory Barker. And I remember my mother had and I was just a kid, had his Gordon Lee ring, and she let me wear it, and I wore his high school ring for quite some time.
Oh wow!
And but I'll show you another picture that. Before this picture, this is our family, and everyone says he was the most handsome. This is Emory Barker right there, graduate of Gordon Lee High School, and these were all his brothers and sisters. And this was made this was probably the last time that they were all together because of the horrible World War II. Mm-hmm. And by the way, all of these people are deceased. There's only one person left. This little barefoot boy right there.
Oh wow!
That's Odie Denton, and he'll be 88.
This handsome fella right here.
He'll be 88 in just a little more than a week.
Mm-hmm. June 10th.
June 10th, and so he went to war. And by the way, his brother, Marcus, I think I touched the wrong face there a moment ago. This is Emory right here, and this is his brother that also with Marcus. Mm-hmm. And the lady behind, that's my beautiful mother. She was a Barker also.
Very beautiful lady.
Uh-huh. And all of these people, and the little ones were my cousins, but they've all passed away now. Mm-hmm. He was a well-loved person, and he went to World War II, and I was thinking at one time that he was in the 101st Airborne, but I think he was a corporal in the 82nd Airborne. And the 82nd Airborne did a lot of great things in World War II. Mm-hmm. And but when I was about 7, when World War II was over in 45, I was 7 years old. And my grandmother had a cafe in Chickamauga, not too far from where the famous Mexican restaurant is in Chickamauga now. But we were in that cafe, and my Aunt Laverne was crying. And my mother also worked there in the restaurant to help out. But my Aunt Laverne was crying, and I went over and yanked at her dress, and she didn't respond. I went over and pulled on my mother's dress, and she said, "We've learned that Uncle Emory is dead." And so I remember some things that happened after that time. We lived up over the bargain store. It was kind of like the ghetto of Chickamauga at that time. There's a red light in Chickamauga, and as you stop on the right, there's a fabric store which belongs to my cousin. And we lived up over that store. That's where the apartments were. And this has nothing to do with all of the story, but I remember this. There were room for 3 families up there, and there was one bathroom at the end of the hall, and we all used the same bathroom. I do remember that. That has nothing to do with it. I don't know why that jumped into my story.
Details matter.
Details. But anyway, I remember sitting up there in that apartment. My grandmother was there, and my mom, my Aunt Laverne, and maybe another aunt. And they were talking about Uncle Emory's body, what to do. And they said, well, because when he jumped out of the airplane, and men in those days had about 60 pounds on their back, their weapons and all their gear, and he landed in the ocean. He was a great swimmer, they said, but he went down. And so it had been quite a while. They didn't know for sure if that would really be his body, what to do. And of course, looking at Normandy, just the last few days, I was looking at Omaha Beach and Utah Beach. There's about 5 of those beaches when the American boys were coming in to liberate France. And those delivery vehicles were coming in the water that would come down. The American planes had to bomb behind, but there was some bad weather and they had missed, and they didn't hit the beaches, and the bombs went about 5 or 6 miles. And those poor soldiers of ours, they were just, and some of them, when they went down, they were not out in the shallow water. They went down with all those weights on them, and some men drowned. The other man, I heard recently, one of the men said that the fella, when it fell down, his friend was hit right in the head. He went down, he said, I jumped in and the man behind me got hit right in the head. And you can look at all those beaches and you can see those white crosses, and I think there's one there that's 8,900 American boys that were buried there. And so over the years I've wondered about, so they buried Uncle Emory over there. All that time I wanted, to my knowledge, no one of the family has ever been there to pay respects or to see the grave. But finally, one of my friends was able to get this, and I want to frame this and hand it down to the descendants, to people like you. He was your uncle also. But this is in North Africa, and in Tunisia. And this is the cemetery right here.
Oh, wow.
And I would like to have gone there, but you can't tell. But there's the cut. Can you read what it says there?
It says William E. Barker.
It's William.
Yeah.
William E.
And CPL 509 Pritchett Infantry RAGT.
It was a corporal.
A corporal.
That's 2 stripes. And that's his. And I would have liked to have gone there and paid my respects to him. But this needs to be framed and handed down from our ancestors. To think that none of us have ever been able to go there and pay our respects to him, but we pay it in our hearts and thank God and thank him and for all that he did for America.
Do you know who took this picture right here?
This is available. People who have loved ones that are buried in those cemeteries over there, and this is in Africa, North Africa, Tunisia, and you can see all the graves. There's just thousands, not hundreds. There's thousands of them. But I understand now that you can write a place in Washington, and you can secure copies of your loved one's marker.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
So I hope this is interesting to you, and I
This is
hope
very interesting.
that you'll know that when you have Memorial Day, that you had a loved one that gave his life for America. A very young man. He was not married. He was handsome, great football player, and loved in Chickamauga.
Wow, that's amazing.
So that's about all I have to say.
Well, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for taking the time to share this story. That's amazing. These are awesome pictures here. Do you want to You want to show, tell us about this picture right here?
Yes, I'm sorry that he was captured at one time, and he was a prisoner of war at the time. But he's even smiling in this picture, but you can't see them. That's his friend. But behind him are people with weapons.
Mm-hmm.
But he was a prisoner of war for a short time.
Wow. Thank you for sharing. I'll be sure to put graphics of those on the video for everyone to see.
I've got lots of stories. When you live to be 88 years old, you have a lot of stories. But the unfortunate thing, you've heard some of them before. But
I love hearing these
maybe every
stories.
once in a while I think of one that you don't know.
Well, I appreciate it. I really love hearing these stories, and it means a lot to get to share these and capture these moments in time. I really appreciate you, Grandpa. Thank you for sitting down with me and making this video with me. It means a whole lot.
Glad to do this.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you all for watching this video. This is Happy Memorial Day. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much.